My name is Bill Stadtlander. I'm the president of the board for Trauma Recovery HAP and been involved with HAP for over 17 years. The way I first began, my sister was practicing EMDR in her practice, and she was on the board and asked me 17 years ago whether I'd be interested in joining the board also. At that time, I was with Abbott Labs in healthcare and said I'd be more than happy to join the board. First of all, worldwide trauma is growing exponentially. If you look at the news now from several standpoints, not only is there more trauma, but it's published worldwide. So people are more aware of this. With that exponential growth, our job was to spread EMDR worldwide. And the way we've done that is several ways. One is from an international standpoint. We've been looking for champions, passionate people that are willing to put their time and effort to make the world a better place. With that, we've got champions around the world, and what we want them to be is self-sufficient. So we'd like to identify them, provide them with help, and that's training materials, training, how to organize, how to network with other organizations so that they become self-sufficient. We also have manuals in various languages so that we can communicate from that standpoint also. So that's one of the ways. We're in over 30 countries now, and we've trained many, many people and many self-sufficient organizations around the globe. So that is Asia, Latin America, African nations, the Middle East, you name a section of the world, and we've been doing efforts in those things. The other thing from an evolution standpoint has been trauma recovery networks. And those are where we want geographically people in place, therapists using EMDR, so that if there are natural or man-made disasters within that area, we have people on the ground ready to go. For example, in California, the forest fires just out there, we had 100 people working with mental health pro bono in terms of people that are in need of trauma recovery. So that's our trauma recovery network, which is growing, again, exponentially. To put this in perspective, in terms of our staff that's controlling or coordinating all these efforts, we have never exceeded 8 people full-time over the 17 years I've been associated with this. So if you want to talk about the little engine that can, that little engine that can is 8 staff people at most coordinating all these efforts. But still, the backbone of this are passionate volunteers, because they're the ones on the ground actually making it happen. But we need to give resources and direction in terms of what those people do. The networking on that is important also. So we have quarterly meetings of people around the globe, basically domestically in that case, who are communicating what they're going through, helpful hints, and that type of thing. So that one, what we've done is last 2 years we've had a conference, and that conference is taking speakers from around the globe that are very knowledgeable in their areas of expertise. And we bring these people together for 3 days to communicate, to also have a community. When we see our volunteers together, they energize each other in terms of stories, how they handled with things. So the conference's purpose is to have high profile, very knowledgeable people as speakers, and then attendees being people that know EMDR. So that just finished our second year of that. This coming year, we're going to do that in August in Denver, Colorado. The Shapiro effect is that EMDR would be worldwide in terms of its effect, and she wanted worldwide peace as well as using EMDR therapy to reduce trauma worldwide. Not just reduce it, but also resiliency, so that when you're in environments where there's constant trauma, war zones, etc., that this helps with the next traumatic experience you have to reduce the effect on that person. I would tell a donor that trauma affects everyone in life, everyone. And those traumas influence people for the rest of their lives. Those things are important to everyone. We happen to be doing more on the side of those people in need, and whether that's after major events, again, man-made or whatever, or in inner city or these various nonprofit organizations that are dealing with people that don't have the resources to go in for help. Those are just some of the things in terms of wherever you are, we are helping people to live a better life and be healed. And that's irregardless of who they are. When I'm speaking to different people that are dealing, I'm talking whether it's our volunteers or whatever, they all tend to have an aha moment where somebody that they were working with, and the aha moment isn't for themselves, it's for someone that they helped, and just tremendously appreciative, and realize that they changed that person's life. They changed that person's life, and I'll call that the aha moment. Well, you talk to any volunteer, and they will be able to tell you a story where, whoa, it got their attention in terms of how they changed someone's life. That's what I think motivates not just me, but I think our volunteers, because they feel they're getting more than they're given many times. And that's unbelievable.